Welcome back. This is going to be part 2. We're going to sand and get the fender ready for primer. We're going to blend in. We're going to try to paint this whole fender, I guess. We got the rocker panel I started sanding on, and we got inside the door. This is from a boot mark getting in and out, and it scuffed the paint off. And I just sanded on that. Now I'm going to get a finer grit. I want to roughen this up. I can't reach in there. I'm going to have to get different types of tools to reach. I don't want to take all the moldings out like I should. I just want to spray like that. On the inside of the door, I started sanding on this. I don't know why the water was here. The only thing or rust was here. The only thing I'm wondering is there's rain guards on the windows. So I don't know if this guy left the windows open all the time, or maybe he left his cup in the cup holder, because you can see right here rust coming off from the back of that. I'm wondering if maybe he didn't put a mug of what has salt in it. What would you drink with salt in it, you know? I do like chicken bouillon, things like that. It's like a salt based, it's good for your throat, so on. But something that would have made this rust, soda, I don't know if that would do it. Usually Coke would kind of clean up the rust, but there is no other rust on this, and the drains are clear on it, so I don't know. I got to get something sharp in there to cut this down, and then we're just going to spray that. I probably won't clear that because we're not really going to see it. I want to do this. I got to sand on here, get this cleaned up, come up this fender, and I think I'm going to try to, I'd like to paint the whole quarter, but I don't know if I will. There is a dent somewhere here. I can't even see it now, but there was a dent under this sticker I removed, and there's a little dent right there. So I sort of want to come across on like this body line and spray the down, and maybe around the wheel wells like that too, and the front fender, maybe the whole thing. I only bought a quart of paint, so we'll see how far that goes. So I'm going to get out different sanding tools and see what works, and I want to cut in and roughen up the clear on this so that when we blend it, we can kind of make it look better. And I'm not a good painter, but I don't want this to rust. We've got winter coming. They're going to be salting the roads here shortly, and past experience, you leave things alone, it's going to be rusted. So we did undercoat this with the fluid film. The man that had the vehicle before me did the same thing, so I just kept doing that. Now I just want to get this looking better. Okay, I sanded with a DA right around the rocker, cleaned up the edges, the door, this rocker. I found a little spot on the seam, clean that up. I found a little dent right there, I want to fix. Found the other dent right there I want to fix. And then all them little spots, they went all the way to the bare paint, so I went down to that, or bare body, and went down to that. And then we got a little bubble there we should take care of. Another one over here. So I want to do, and here, I want to do this area. And that seems to be a problem because it would come partway across the fuel door. So I probably have to do the whole fuel door. And now, you know, we're getting half the fender. Should we do the whole quarter here? So I'll probably end up roughing this all up. And if we have enough paint, we'll shoot this. We'll come across and try to do sort of a body line. And then up front here, I haven't even started yet, but we got to sand these two big ones and these two big ones and get this. And I want to paint the whole fender. So pretty much should have shot the whole side of the car, but I don't want to get into that. I didn't want to do that this time of year. I just wanted to touch up what I saw at the bottom. And every time you start something, it goes farther and farther. And when do you stop? So I'm going to try to stay focused on just the bottom I wanted to worry about. And then, you know, next year, whenever, excuse me, I can, you know, have more time to do it better. On the front fender, I went into them chips. You see the marks all the way down to bare metal. That's the thinnest clear coat I've ever seen. Here, where it chipped right off, what I think happened, I don't know if you can see that, it appears that somebody might have done brakes on it, got brake fluid on this, and it had bubbled up and peeled. That would make sense. So I went down to bare on this. The primer stayed on well, the paint did not. And I went down to 320. I think I'm going to get some primer on it. And this one might be about ready to go. There's no dents or anything in this. So this fender will be ready to go. I just did filler primer on those spots. We'll give this a few minutes to dry and then we'll sand. Looking good. And this is not a how-to video, but I removed the tail lights. I scuffed all the paint. I haven't wiped it down yet, as you can tell. I put some paper on. We're not going to paint the doors, just the rocker. Going to paint the front fender. It's masked off. I got cover to the windshield and so on. The doors, I can still open them to shoot the rocker. And I'm going to do this whole panel here because I don't think I can blend it good. So it turned out pretty good so far. And I think I'm going to go in and make some dinner. It's dark out. I don't know what time it is. But I'm not going to be able to paint tonight. I'll let this set. We'll wipe it all down good in the morning. And we'll start mixing some paint up. The next morning, guys, I was thinking about painting today. But I think what I'm going to do is move on to the other side. I'm not really going to probably show that. It's the same repeat. We're going to take off the sticker protective things. I don't know, protects the paint, clean up the goo, rough sand, you know, scuff it up, mask it off, do the little touch-ups, everything on the other side so I don't mix my paint up twice. And so I'll do that and then I'll come back on. We'll get ready to spray. So that involves getting, I might even take the tires off, just get them out of the way. Take this off. This fender on this side, you see the peeling paint. So maybe it's not a brake fluid issue. Just something about this portion. But I do know the guy pressure washed all his vehicles and backhoe and all that stuff. So he might have got a little carried away with it. We've got a little road rash down here. Not road rash. This is road rash, but this is probably your boot getting in and out. We got a scuff on the door. Looks mainly like dirt. I'm going to try to buff that. Same thing. I don't know if I'm going to paint the doors because they don't look too bad. And the bottom of this door, let's see here. The bottom of this door does not have the same issue. Or does it? It might have the same issue right here. See that? Just a little bit of rust coming out of here. So, did they put something in the door pockets? I don't know. Is this a the seal all the way around the door looks good. The rocker, you know, looks great. I don't know where the water intrusion or whatever caused the rust on the bottom of these, what it's from. So if you guys know, put it in the comments. It's a Nissan Frontier. The door drains are open. There's no plugs in it. You know, I could see if it was overflowing full of leaves or junk. The seals on the doors look good. The road rash on this side. Same thing. We got to take that sticker off. I want to paint this part of the rocker. The door. I think there's only a couple. I don't even know where they are. A couple little door dings on it. So I'm not going to paint the doors. But the same thing here. See this right up through here? This is probably stones. So they probably were on a dirt road at times or something. And then a lot of this is dirt. But we're going to go and probably do the same thing on this side prior to paint. And I want to take that tail light off also. I got to make bags or something for the tires. And then I think this is going to save time if I work on both sides at the same time. There's a lot of projects in here, so it's kind of crowded, but I think what I'll do is that stay focused on the cleaning, the sanding, the prepping. We'll paint this entire fender. This looks good down here. There is a little bit of chip off. Is it? Or is that fluid film? Might be a little both. But I want to make sure they're nice and clean. Like I said, the rocker, just dirt. And the seam on this one is right here. I don't know if that's dirt or chips. I'll probably want to paint that. And so we'll be painting the rockers. And I threw this drop cloth up on this hard shell tonneau cover because I didn't want any paint to settle on it. So I might take that back off. And we got the sticker on the back here. We'll get that off, the mud flap off. And I don't think there's any major dings on it. I think one right there is a little bit of a dent. I don't know if it is a dent. It might be a dent right there. And a chip here. And that's about it. So I might as well do the whole thing on this side too. Be a replica of the other side. And so I think what I'll do is I'll call this part 2 on the video. We'll go ahead and get the body work finished up so we can paint. And then we might do paint on video 3. That way the video is a little bit shorter. People going, it's boring. Well, it is boring. It's all repeat. So hard to set a camera up in here and get in my face and do the work. So I'll just show you as I progress. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in part 3. We'll get the paint prep. I'll get the paint ready. See you soon.